What's going on, you guys? Frost here, and I'm back with another video. Today I'll be giving you guys my top 10 junglers for patch 5.24. This top 10 is very closely matched, meaning that they're all great picks. If you enjoy these types of videos, remember to hit that like button right below this video. Now without any further ado, let's get right into my top 10. Coming in at 10th place, Amumu. Quite a few things have changed this patch, especially the masteries, but even though all that has changed, Amumu is still at my 10th spot in this list. He has insane clear speed and great damage with just one item. Also, he has an insane amount of CC for teamfights. You can't really ask for more than that in a jungler. Then, coming in at 9th place is Elise. Again, she is in the same position as last patch. She still has great ganks and high early game pressure with high jungle sustain. The main problem still remains in the fact that her scaling is good, but just not as great as it was. That's pretty much the case with all the AP champions right now. They're just worse overall, due to the changes in the items. Then, coming in at 8th place is Nidalee. She got a slight buff this patch, and even though it might not look like a lot, this helped her out massively. Also, with the way masteries work currently, it's very easy for Nidalee to burst champions down. Her early game is overall stronger this patch compared to the previous patch. That is pretty much what you want on Nidalee because she is great at snowballing games out of control. Then, coming in at 7th place is Dr.Mundo. He got a slight nerf this patch, but it didn't really affect him that much. It mainly made his early game weaker. He still comes out a monster in a mid to late game, especially because tanks like Mundo are great in its current patch because of the way armor works right now, or rather armor pen works right now. Then, coming in at 6th place is Rek'sai. Her early game pressure and overall jungle sustain is really strong, and she also has the potential to scale very well into the later stages of the game. There are a few ways to build her, but both of these ways use the same runes and masteries, so on that front you don't have to worry about anything and you can just decide what you want to do as the game goes on. Just build whatever works for you. Then, coming in the 5th place is Shyvana. This champion has dropped a few places compared to my last top 10. The main reason for this is they fixed the Rift Herald. You can still kill it very quickly, pretty much under 15 seconds, but it's just not the 4 seconds that it used to be. This slight change affected the position of this champion in my top 10 list quite a bit, as they're all just so closely matched. Then, coming in at 4th place is Rengar. Rengar is really solid in this preseason, everything just works out well for him. He has great jungle sustain, probably one of the best in the game right now. He skills like a monster and his ganks after level 6 are pretty much unavoidable in solo queue. There are really no downsides about Rengar, the main thing that counters him is good team play. If the enemy plays together, it's very hard to do anything. Also, Rengar is a champion that takes a lot of skill and practice to be good at him. There is a massive gap between a bad Rengar and a good Rengar, and an even bigger gap between a good Rengar and a great Rengar. Then, coming in the 3rd place is Kindred. This champion has gradually been climbing in my top 10 list for junglers. I play her quite a bit and enjoy her a lot. And at this point, I can say that she is one of the best junglers right now. She has great jungle sustain, plus she also has great scaling to the mid to late game. Now, before you think why do you build Devourer on her, I'll say this. Yes, I know that pretty much every stream you watch there is a Kindred that goes for Warrior instead of Devourer. And this is perfectly fine. It's a strong item to get on Kindred, but Devourer is better when you get some stacks on it. If you alter your playstyle around this, you will turn out to do more damage and be unkillable with the build I use. If you don't like a Devourer playstyle, you can just go for the Warrior, it's a fine way to go. Then, coming in at 2nd place is Lee Sin. Again, this champion is a perfect example of a skill pick like Rengar. If you're great at this champion, then by all means play him, he's one of the best right now. But if you don't know how to fully capitalize on all his skills, then I don't recommend playing him because he will become a lot worse. Lee Sin is very early game focused, and with the right playstyle and jungle mapping, plus looking out for potential ganks, he can just take over games no problem. But again, if you can play him to near perfection, don't play him at all. A quick disclaimer, however, by saying don't play him at all, I don't mean that you shouldn't try to learn him, but if you really want to climb in ranked, then I don't advise it. And finally, coming in the 1st place is Tahm Kench. Yes, oh what a surprise. After a lot of patches of being the best, he is still the best, especially with how armor works now. Tahm is pretty much unkillable. They did finally start nerfing him a bit this patch. He no longer gets the movement speed buff when eating an ally. But honestly, if you follow the build I use, you don't need that speed buff because you are insanely fast regardless. His clear speed is great, his ganks are great, and his mid to late game is insane. Also, he can save teammates from dying in teamfights and he has a lot of CC, it's just the perfect jungler. The only slight downside is the fact that his clear from level 1 to 4 sucks. This is the main time to counter Tahm. If you don't do it here as the opposing jungler, then you will have your work cut out for you. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, please remember to hit that like button as this helps me out quite a lot. If you want to see more videos like this from me in the future, hit the subscribe button and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!